All right, just got into the apartment in downtown Santiago, Chile. Nice ride in from the airport. It's very obvious that this city and this country is rather affluent. That, my friends, is the tower that I'm staying in, and this is the sidewalk in front of my house in Santiago, Chile. Here we are, baby. It's a long climb to the top of this hill. The camera doesn't do it justice, but oh boy, this trail. It's like climbing stairs in a skyscraper. So they put me on one of these things by myself. This is kind of cool. I have the whole cable car to myself. You can't really tell, but it's kind of swinging along up here. You can feel the motion as it goes back and forth and all that kind of stuff. We're up really high. I think this is the last station we're coming up on. The more I travel the world, the more I really appreciate my own hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina. But I see concepts, ideas, like closing off the main streets here in Santiago, Chile on a weekend, a Sunday morning, and the public park space, and all the other things that make me question, could I live someplace like this? And I have to be honest, I do think I could live someplace like this.
Ciao, papi.
Oh boy, they love some fish here, man. So the Plaza de Armas, and then the cathedral here in Santiago, the Central Post Office, and the National Museum of History. It's really quite a pleasure just wandering around Santiago and feeling how it feels, man. It just feels like a cool town. Gotta say, after you've been to Honduras and El Salvador and places like that, a place like this is easy. It's safe, it's sophisticated. I'm really enjoying it. So that is essentially the capital, or where the Assembly of Deputies meets here in Santiago. The Tribunals of Justice. It looks like the Supreme Court to me. Well, my friends, I decided to come and take a winery tour here.
That guarantees us all the time 14 Celsius degrees winter and summer.
So we don't want this wine to be very oaky. We want the opposite. We want a fruity wine with a little bit of complementary notes by the oak, not the other way around. Yeah. So guys, how do you like this? It's good. It's good. All right.
Essentially, this is the presidential palace, the Palacio de Moneda, or the Palace of Money, is as it's called. Interestingly enough, right next door is the Ministry of Justice and Human Rights. Keep in mind that Augusto Pinochet, in a military dictatorship, ruled from this place all of Chile for 17 years. People my age all grew up during a dictatorship. And today, this is where the elected president sits, just 3 blocks or 4 blocks away from the legislature.
Siga adelante nomás, presidente. Siga adelante nomás.
The roads, as you can tell, are really good. Chile is a very advanced country. It has a pretty competent government, and apparently they built a lot of good roads throughout the country, or at least throughout the city of Santiago. This expressway, for instance, really neat. Anyway, I better concentrate on driving. Talk to you later. I have to say, this actually feels like I'm driving in Europe. The road signs here are in line with what you see in Germany. There are a lot of similarities with a little bit of American stuff thrown in, like this yellow sign coming up here on the right. Wow. This camera is not going to do justice to the views. We're coming down out of the mountains here, and it is gorgeous. I mean, just, you can see for miles and miles. Kind of reminds me of California as far as it's kind of an arid, I guess that's why it's a wine producing place, but it's just gorgeous. All right, I've just arrived in Viña del Mar, and this is my Airbnb. It's in a high-rise here in the city. Really neat place. The drive in from Santiago was really easy. Good roads and polite drivers, and not a terrible amount of traffic. So I'm just kind of wandering around the city, and this is a pretty typical area here. And it just struck me that Chile is by far the most advanced, cleanest, most advanced Latin country of any one of them that I've seen. And that's saying a lot, because I've been to every country in Central and South America except for 5. So here we are, literally in the South Pacific, in the southernmost country of South America on the Pacific coast. What a neat place. I was just thinking to myself that I actually feel safer here than any place I've been in Latin America. And I just texted a friend and told him that, quite frankly, I feel safer here in Chile than I do in my own hometown, Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating. It's just an incredibly cool country. So this is an old quay, and it's been restored as kind of a pedestrian park. The crane there was originally built in 1941 and was used all the way up until probably the 1950s or 60s. I know I keep raving about how clean and cool and nice it is here, but it just has a remarkably good vibe here in Chile, here in Viña del Mar. So here's the last of the sunset fading against the buildings on the shore here in Viña del Mar. What a beautiful view, this park here. Oh boy. We're about 20 yards away from these guys. Since they weigh about 800 pounds, I think I'll keep it that way. What a neat place. During COVID, they allowed all of the restaurants to open these outdoor seating areas in the public right-of-way. And it's really given this outdoor cafe kind of feel everywhere that you go in the country. What a fantastic country.
Si no bajas en la siguiente estación, no te pares en las puertas. Así dejas pasar y no retrasas la salida del tren.
Rest assured that here in Santiago, Chile, today, this morning, walking out here while all these folks are bicycling and just taking over the streets, I'm happy. and I want to do more of this. Thank you. God bless. And I hope you have a wonderful day.